Welcome back, brothers, to another special show here on the Oshay Vlogcast channel. I am your host, Oshay Duke Jackson. I'm sorry for being a little bit late, man. I have my brother here, my big brother, Super Sly, and we were supposed to do it earlier, but unfortunately, the white man had his foot on my neck, and a Negro fell asleep. So I apologize about the late start. But as you guys know, we've been doing a lot of these shows, a lot of different opinions and views about the black community. And Super Sly, as you guys know, Supasly75, he's a legend on these parts, man. Not only is he a great moderator, he be killing y'all in the moderator sections, but he is the villain of these shows. Let's just call it for what it is, okay? You never know what he's going to say. Anybody can get it. Nobody's safe.
That's true. Anybody can get it. No one is safe. Dun it. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it. When you hear that Jaws music, the shark is coming to get you. If you hear the music, it's too late anyway.
He is the great black shark. But he points out something to Brother George Macon when we were talking about mentoring kids, helping the community. And that's why the name of the show, Hell No, I'm Not Raising or Mentoring Nobody Else's Kids. And I don't think only Super Sly and Obsidian would really have this strong position like this. But I want to welcome our brother Super Sly75, man. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him. Not everybody might love him, but everybody they think he's entertaining for sure. What's going on, Super Sly75?
Hey, I'm good. I'm just happy to be here, bro. Thank you.
Bro, who's on your list next, bro? I just gotta say, because
what do you mean?
I think you have a list of like this thing on the show today. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck him up.
No, you know what? You see my channel.
Fuck him up.
I'm really not on that like that. Like that's not what my platform is about.
I know. I'm talking about on the shows though.
Oh no, shit. Everybody, whatever.
It's like, oh, he showed up today. Oh. But anyway, bro, I appreciate you, brother, for what I'm saying, always coming on, always helping out, man. You're very entertaining, very smart dude, man. But let's talk about what you've been hearing on these shows when it comes to the black community, and what you've been hearing some of the people say, people like Information Man Show, people like George Macon. Why do you think our community is done?
I mean, just look at us. Like, here's the thing. Every society has had its peak. We've already hit the peak. We've sustained it for as long as possible, but now we're on the decline. And I mean, if not on the bottom rung, we're on the bottom of everything. Economics, politics, agriculture, whatever the case. What you name, you pick a category, we're on the bottom pretty much. Like the great late Khalid Muhammad said, wherever part of the country you're in, or where the world, where there's white and black, there's white on top, black on bottom. Doesn't matter who it is. And you see this every day. Do we not just have the video of the black man in Florida? The little boy got kicked out of school because he had dreadlocks, and the daddy's like, well, can I just braid it up? Can I just tie it back? And in the handbook, once again, disingenuous black YouTubers want to claim race and all. It was a private school. Private schools can do whatever the hell they want, like the private prisons. The private prisons have the right to sue states if they don't supply them with enough inmates to keep funding the program. So the daddy in the video is begging the white woman, the white teacher, but it's the first day of school, and trust me, believe me, my heart, I felt bad for the dude. You saw the little boy, the look on his face. He couldn't understand why he couldn't go to school. All right, but it's in their handbook. No locks. Now, if you don't like their rules and regulations in this private school, you got two options: either homeschool or send them to an ethnic friendly school of his kind and ilk. And once again, we steady begging these people what they all the elders say: don't send your kids to the oppressor to teach your kids. That's exactly what this man was trying to do. We're done. man. We're done.
Let me ask you this, because some people have the opposing view. Now, I can't say that I don't disagree with you, because I've had conversations with people off of YouTube, like the Information Man show, all by email, and it gets depressing, because he's like, our people as African Americans, we know that it's not looking that good, but people like I say, that's George Macon, and even myself, we want to at least attempt to do it, and then we have brothers that say, we need to get back with our women, and make it happen. And to move forward in this conversation as Black men, we know a lot of our women have children, and a lot of people feel like as Black men we need to come in, get with women that have kids already, raise kids it's not ours, and mentor children, and that's happened for a long time in our community. But what do you feel about this suggestion?
It's going to take more than mentoring someone else's child. You're going to have to be in that child's life, in the home, to some varying degrees. You're going to that child's going to have to see you interact with his mother in a loving, conducive manner. It's just not just taking a boy to the Boys and Girls Club for a couple hours a day. It ain't just taking him to a ball game for a weekend. This kid needs these children rather need hands-on dealings with, men or mentor. Like the mentor thing, that's a very general, broad term. When you say mentor, what does that mean? How much time are we spending with this child? Because there's mentorships where you go to learn from someone that's in the industry, in the field, and then there's like being an active, parent, co-parent, guardian of some sort. So when you're leaning towards like the active part of the guardianship of it, or dealing with that child on a regular, consistent basis, we're beyond mentoring. You might as well just go ahead and say, look, I'm gonna take y'all. We're gonna be a family, all of us, and do this little village thing the best way that we can.
Let's talk about personally, and I'm not trying to say mention certain things, but you're vehemently against raising other people's children. Now, for Black men, why would you tell, let's say I'm a 17-year-old dude, or 21-year-old guy, I want to marry a lady that has a kid already. What would you tell me, and why would you tell me that?
That's suicide. That's crazy. What the fuck? If first you slap them upside their head for even thinking such a ridiculous thought. Here's the thing. Now, as much as I hear Black men rail against the single motherhood, Sisters of America, they're not going to tell their sons, go find you a single woman with a child and be an instant family. They're not going to do that. That's disingenuous. Once again, you're not going to tell these kids. If you're not going to tell your son to do it, don't tell someone else's son to do it. That's how I look at it,
Why is it suicide, though?
Because for one, you're talking about a 21-year-old who's still trying to find himself. He's such life experiences. He has not had a chance to bump his head and learn on his own. You put him in a situation like with a woman with a child, he'll lose himself, right? He won't be able to he won't have time to, pursue his aspirations and his dreams. It'll all be like the family. The sacrifice won't be worth it for him. And then 10, 15 years later, if they break up and they don't have children, then the kid's like, well, where's this guy at? Mom, he's been in my life for so long. So now you got another situation, another vicious cycle. Now this dude is jaded because now he's like, well, shit, I wasted all this time and energy. I had nothing to show for it. He could have been spending that working on himself, right? We generally agree that most men don't mature to the age around 40, late 30s, early 40s. Why would you rob a young man of his path to enlightenment and self-awareness by sticking him in a situation that should only be reserved for a seasoned veteran?
Let me ask you this. What if you're 35 then, right? Somebody asks you, one of your subscribers, hey, Supasly, man, I love your channel. I'm 35. I'm settled. I don't have any kids, but she has a kid or two. Would you also still say it's suicide?
Yeah.
Okay, why would you say it's suicide in this position?
Okay, What's wrong with you trying to find somebody to have your own children? What's wrong with having your own children? Okay.
I've never played stepdad or none of that stuff before, but in my opinion, it's a I've watched other people do it, and it is a thankless task. Thankless. There's nothing in it for you. Nothing. And, like I said, but to the ones that do it, I don't chide them. I don't bemoan them. That's not what I do. But anyway, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit after he says this part here. I'm going to skip up. Then I'm going to get the part with him and O'Shea going. And then when O'Shea get his spiel, which is actually pretty damn good.
Okay. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to get a thank you card. You're not going to, you're always going to be second to that child. Let's be honest. When you go into these situations, your relationships with these women, with these children, you are not going to be the priority at all. So either you don't have an ego and you're so humble, you don't trip, or if you're, any semblance of a man and you're going to be like, wait a minute, I work, I take care of this family. What the fuck you mean, bitch? You feed him first? The fuck you, bitch? I should get the plate first. You have women that believe the child should be fed before the man, right? And then the whole situation of disciplining the child. Does the man get to do that? What's his relationship with his daddy? Do you call his daddy, hey, your kid's over here acting up, he won't listen to me? Are you gonna come over here and take care of it? You don't need those issues in your life. And then on top of that, you're rewarding bad behavior for poor mating choices. Period.
Let me deal with this thing, right? This position statement, because I've heard talk about don't get a thank you card. I've heard Phil say as far as not taking care of people's kids, as far as Black community, no, you should be doing it because you want to help. If you're looking for a thank you card as a Black man, you're being selfish. He didn't say that part, but I have heard some other people say that sentiment as far as stepping in and helping other people or taking care of the kids. Like, this is a thankless task. This is something for the community. What do you say to people like that? Because some people will say, like, why do you need a thank you card? Why not just do it?
When you go to work every day, do you look for some type of acknowledgement? Doesn't part of your job part of you being happy on your job is acknowledgement for doing a good job? When you come home, does it mean anything if your mate says, hey babe, thank you for doing this, or I really appreciate you this. I don't know. Are we not humans? That's what I understand. Do men not have breaking points? So if men are humans, right, and they need validation just like anybody else, but for some odd reason you still got this old mindset that men should just shut up and take it. Like, what the fuck? And so when they snap out and murder everybody in sight, oh well, he was just crazy. Well, no, there was a cause and effect. Let's get to the point why he got to this point. Okay, men should not be walking around here as just utilities and resources. They're thinking, living, breathing human beings just like anybody else, first and foremost. Okay, so if you have a situation with a wife and a husband, and the husband slaves all day at work, and the wife is non-accommodating, very cold and dismissive, he's going to eventually go out and find him a woman that's going to stroke his ego, whatever. Just say, hey, baby, you're a good man. Little things like that go a long, long way. And you're not going to get that in a single, or when you're taking care of someone else's child with the woman, because the child is her focus, not you.
And that's the truth, Ruth. Let's move down the line. Oh, let me find it. I'm sorry, y'all. I think I know where it is. I think.
Bitching and whining. That's you got a lot of men out here that's really mentally messed up in a really bad place, and to denigrate them for trying to look for ways to express themselves or I've done the tough guy.
I can't remember who this was. That's Black Ice TV, of course. That's Reg, the bad guy. Just call him Reg, because we already know he the bad guy. What's up, Reg? That's Nook. That's Nook Collins, Man of Tomorrow, LAR, George, and Erica Williams. George Macon, Erica Williams. She is very smart. Very, very smart.
Thing for years, it don't work. My chest, I get chest pains. I can't do the tough guy shit 24/7. I can't keep it up. I ain't like, if you can do it, God bless you. I got a bad ticket. I ain't got time for all that, So if I'm feeling a certain way, and it's getting to the point where I can feel the convulsions in my chest, I'm going to let you know what the problem is. I keep a lot of shit in. That's one of my problems. I keep a lot of stuff in until it just blows up. Now to the point where I refuse to let myself get like that, because none of you motherfuckers are worth me getting a heart attack over, because I got a kid to raise. Okay. So I will never, ever denigrate a man for speaking his truth, his feelings, his mindset. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some dudes that bitch and complain. I get all that. But, there's a lot of men generally out here hurting. And I don't understand how come we don't take them serious, or we dismiss them, or we laugh at them. When men, we hear stories of men getting beat up and shit by women, or the case may be, we laugh at these dudes. We hear the stories where the cops come out, the guy calls and the woman being. Hell, I've had a woman attack me before, and twice over 20-year period. But it's I don't understand that. How do we get to the point where we're not superhumans? And if you are, I need to see you walk on water and raise the dead, if that's the case. Because at some point, everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has a breaking point. And I just think it's sad that we've come to the point where men are not able to express themselves in positive environments to help them, deal with their issues, or whatever the case may be.
Can you hear me, brother?
Yes. Black Eyes. Go ahead. Well, Black Eyes, let me just weigh in on something real quick, and then I'm gonna come right back to you, brother, because you came back. Thanks for coming back. Let me just say this real quick.
This is the part I love. This O'Shea couldn't have scripted this any better.
When I came to Black YouTube, I was always focused on what was wrong, like content for brothers, Black men, and some other Black community things. And one of the things I found out, the conscious community and other factions of the community cater highly to women. And there's no disrespect to anybody in the conscious community, no disrespect to a lot of people in the Black community. They cater to women. And the attitude towards men is, it's your fault, you're fucking up, and things like that. And I'm not going to say that Black men don't have their problems, but people want to know why, like, the manosphere is so hot on YouTube. Why do these shows be so hot over here? And I'll tell you why it is. Because these are conversations for Black men that nobody else wants to have. Go to Obsidian Show, it's hot. You go to BGS Hangouts on the weekend, it's hot. The reason why it is because nobody cares about what Black men have to say. And everybody wants to call out Black men for you ain't doing shit. But you don't want to call out who's creating the men, those people, right? And it's what I want to say. Women can get away with everything. They have welfare. They have the system with them. They can get educated, diversity. Like I said, affirmative action. They're a woman and they're Black. They get the advantage of everything. And they go out and they do whatever they want in society. And nobody says, you can't say anything to them. And when they create situations, and nobody can make a woman have a baby. A woman has a baby because she wants to. When they bring in kids in bad situations, then you want to blame these boys while you're fucked up. I'm going to call them out. I understand your point, Nook. But at the same time, if you're going to call them out, Call out the people that create those situations. Do you understand that these boys that come up in the street, you can't tell them shit? They're hyper masculine. They're emotional. Where does that come from? Because nobody can tell them nothing but their moms. These kids can get away with anything, and if something happens to them in the streets and the police kill them or the police do something, they're requiring white supremacy. Oh, the white man, you see what the white man do? You see this? No, I don't think that's always true. Because yes, white folks do stuff, but you do have a personal choice. And what happens is, in America, in the Western world, black women can get away with whatever they want. And then when they produce things like this woman that was beating her son at the Baltimore riots, she has like 5 different kids by 5 different niggas or something like that. And she had no job and she was beating her son. And Oprah said she was a mother of the year. Oh, you a good sister. What? What?
I remember that. Short but kind of heavy set hair hat, a woman and a boy out there and with the protest, once is throwing rocks and waving signs, and she grabbing him and yanking on him and beating on him and everything, in public. Look, and everybody, man, and it wasn't just Oprah. It was a whole bunch of, yeah, that's the way you parent. No, that's not how you parent. I ain't saying that that I ain't never got my behind whipped by pops for doing something stupid, but I ain't never got embarrassed in public, and especially to the public that I have to go back to and face them people. Yeah, man, your daddy. Well, it was his. Wasn't this boy daddy? Is his mama? Yeah, your mama beat your ass in front. Y'all know it happened. It builds resentment. It builds anger because when we're young boys, we don't know how to. We're not mentally equipped to handle adverse things like that, like you do with hell. There's some grown people that ain't equipped to do it. But anyway, I remember what he talking about, and I was right there as soon as I saw it. I was like, this is saying the same thing. What? I even had the same face. Just without the beard. I don't have a beard, but I had the same face working.
Are you fucking serious? I'm from Del Paso Heights. Okay, I seen double casket funerals, and I know you're from Philly, George. I know you've seen a lot of shit, maybe even more so than me. But what we don't want to talk about is that black women in America.
I seen a funeral when the whole family, with the except for 2 kids that wasn't there at the house, were killed. Gang activity, Detroit's West Side. The mother, 2 boys and 2 girls. I don't know if they got the dog, and the only reason, wait a minute, no, 1 kid was gone. They got both boys, 1 of the girls, and the only reason the other girl wasn't gunned down is because she was at a friend's house. West side of Detroit. Pony down.
America, they have no incentive to do whatever they want to do or to respect brothers. And so when they do it and they create these situations, now, if they go and have a baby, that's also personal accountability. Because if you get pregnant, nobody tells you to go have that baby. And I can raise this baby by myself. I don't need no man. That attitude, that vitriol. And then when them kids end up not being shit, then you black men are complaining. That's what I hear. And then you wonder why black men don't want to be in black community circles. For what? Who the fuck wants to hear some shit like that? No, black men are tired of hearing that shit. You black men are weak. You black women are lame. Whoa. Okay. Do you tell women that? I mean, we're in a situation of equality now. Women can get away with everything they want. They can say, he raped me, is what a woman can say. He raped me. Oh, the baby is yours. Come to find out, the baby is not yours. But guess what? You gotta pay child support for that fucking kid. This is what women can do. They get away with murder. Murder. Everybody knows the laws are unfair against men. And then we still have people to say, man, you men are weak. Well, man, who creating these men? You cannot separate the men from who are raising them. A lot of these women will say, I want to be a mother. I don't want a husband. I just want to have children. I want to be a single mother. I don't need a husband. And then that boy ends up fucked up. Hold on. That boy ends up fucked up. These black men are weak. Look what these black men are doing. And then you say, oh, this is why black women are taking care of the community. Come on. A lot of this shit is just disingenuous. And I'm sorry. But you wonder why black men are going to white women. You wonder why nobody wants to hear the bullshit. I'm sorry, I have to say that. That is, and that needs to be addressed. Nook, I love you like a brother. George, I love you like a brother. But some of the shit y'all saying is disingenuous than a motherfucker. And usually I moderate, but I had to get a part of this tonight. Y'all niggas, I'm just saying that a lot of that shit y'all are saying y'all don't you empathize, you sympathize, but you don't empathize. That means, oh, I feel sorry for you, but I don't understand where you're coming from. You say you do, but there's no way you can really look at the black community right now and say that there's no way you can do that. So I just had to say that. I'll let you guys return a fire on that. But let me do that. Let me go to my brother, Black Ice TV, and then I'll let the brothers come back on that. Go ahead, Black Ice.
He said a mouthful. I'll put the link to the whole thing. Well, I think I gave the link to the whole thing on the other video, but I'll put it anyway. Hell, I got another one to do. Bye.